Hey everybody, it's Molly with All Ears, and I am here today in Space. That's right, the brand new restaurant at Epcot, Space 220, opened today, and I'm here for the grand opening. So we are going to check out the entire restaurant, check out all the Easter eggs, eat everything we possibly can off the menu. It's going to be out of this world. Get ready to blast off other space puns. Let's go. Molly here. So I am at the media event welcoming everyone to Space 220. This is the grand opening, so I get to be here before a lot of other people, which is super fun. So I'm going to take you around the restaurant with me before it gets really crowded. Let's go. All right, so I just rode the elevator up to Space, and the first thing that you see when you come into the restaurant is this hydroponic grow wall where they are growing lettuce in space. And while this is very cool and I appreciate it very much, feels like Living with the Land did it first. I mean, Living with the Land walked so Space 220 could fly. But it's very neat. This is the first thing you're going to see before you head into the main structure of the spaceship in there. Look at all that lettuce. Look at it just twirling. And then you can eat the lettuce. So it's very exciting. All right, are y'all ready? Let's go into the main dining room. Here it is. We're in space. There's Earth. It's all the way down there. That's where you are. I'm here up space, 20 miles away. Now here is the space bar, and as of right now, the bartender said it would be first come, first serve. There's a slightly different light bites menu at the bar, so you can come in for those. If you want to do that, I would definitely recommend getting here very early. But for sure, the coolest thing about this restaurant is the view out onto Earth down below us. Hello, Earth. But we are only temporary guests of space, as you might have realized. We're just here for a fun meal. But I was told to look out the window to see what other things I can see, because there are going to be some fun things going on, some more long-term residents. Like, for example, I can see a couple of them out the window right here. They seem to be just floating about. Other ones that you can see are, you can actually see the ship from mission space. It'll fly about. You may see a dog. And you may even see some of the residents playing with lightsabers. Look, there it is. That is the spaceship from Mission Space. And it's just cruising right by our window. That's so fun. What a cool detail.
Hey everybody, it's Fizz from All Ears, and I am here in line for Space 220. I'm super excited to go to space and eat some space food, so hopefully the line doesn't take too long. So I've been in line for a whopping 3 hours now, or at least since rope drop coming in here. And I just made it to this menu. I'm super excited for a lot of the things on here. To be honest, I kind of want to try that terra Bolognese. I know it's plant-based. Sounds delicious.
Space 220 is operating as a prix-fixe meal. So this is the lunch menu right here. Each person's going to get their own appetizer and their own entree. The cost is $55 per person. And so looking at the menu here for lunch, you've got a variety of salads, burrata, calamari. For your entrees, you've got a steak, chicken, a couple seafood options, pasta, and then there's some sides you can add on as well. Also taking a look at the cocktail menu, that you can see there are specialty beverages. There is one that's got cotton candy in it. There's one that's got astronaut ice cream in it. There's also zero proof cocktails. Those come with a collectible trading card, which is very exciting. And then of course they've got a variety of wines and beers on hand. Ah, that's so fun. Thank you. All right, this is the Atmo Spritz. So it's Space's version of an Aperol Spritz, which I'm very down with because I love an Aperol Spritz, but it is Prosecco, New Amsterdam, Aperol, Monin Blood orange juice, and then it has cotton candy, as you saw, and then the server pours it tableside, so then the cotton candy cloud evaporates into the delicious cocktail. Cheers, we're in space now. Space knows how to make a cocktail. That's actually fabulous. So I was afraid that everything would be super sweet and super like sickly artificial fruit sweet and very gimmicky. And I thought maybe this would be like that because it has cotton candy in it. But it's actually delicious. There's definitely that bitterness that comes with the Aperol, and you can taste the bubbles from the Prosecco. You can taste the sweetness from the orange, but not a ton from the cotton candy. Normally these cotton candy drinks, if you get them at like Rainforest Cafe or something like that, they're super sickly sweet, but this one is actually just tastes like a really good Aperol Spritz with a little bit of extra sweetness, but not too much. It's actually very good. And you guys, Space, they know what's up. The next cocktail I'm trying is called the Planetary Punch. This one is made with Bacardi Silver, Malibu, Butte Curacao, guava, and coconut, but it's in dry ice, so it's got a little bit of a fun bubble effect. And this one seems like it's going to be sweeter than the Spritz, but I'm excited to give it a whirl, and it's purple, so like, that's dope. Cheers to Space again. Yeah, that's sweet. Because it doesn't have pineapple juice in it, I like it more than most tropical cocktails. I'm not a huge fruity drink person, but this is definitely your fruity drink on the menu. You can taste the coconut prominently, which I do like, and it's very fun because you got the Malibu rum, which is coconut rum, and then you've also got coconut in it. So if you're not a coconut fan, I'd steer clear of that one, but if you like fruity drinks, I think this is a really good choice. But for me, the Spritz definitely wins.
The X-Men fighter from Star Wars.
That's so cool. Our first two appetizers are here. So this is a prefix meal. No matter what, when you come for lunch or for dinner, it's a prefix meal. Lunch is $55 per person. So this right here is course one. It is the Big Bang Burrata. It's burrata, cheese, grilled artichoke hearts, arugula, and a sunflower seed romanesco on there. And then this is the Starry Calamari, which is fried calamari, cherry peppers, marinara, and a roasted pepper citrus aioli. So when you do a prefix menu, each person's going to get their own appetizer, their own entree. Okay, first things first. Look at this space fork. Look how weird it is. It's like a little skinny fork. Forks are weird in space. Space cheese. Let's see how it works out for us. Look, it's so stringy and delicious. I love burrata cheese. Getting some of that romanesco, some of these fresh greens. I presume these were grown on that wall over there. Here we go. First bite of space food. That cheese is fantastic, nice and creamy, and it's that delicious buttery lettuce. It's a little bit of bitterness because it's arugula, and then you've got the grilled artichoke hearts, and that there's fresh olive oil and some salt and pepper on there. Very light, very delicious, very, very good. I love burrata cheese. I wish there was like a cracker situation. Like, I don't mind lettuce, but I wish I had a cracker. But it's very good. Next up, I'm going to get into this calamari. And we've got a couple of the different sauces dipped in here. The spicy marinara is excellent, and it actually has a little bit of heat. I'm feeling a little bit of heat in the back. And you guys know I love spicy food. I love heat. I wouldn't say it's too much that if you don't like heat at all, that you should be concerned, but it's definitely spicier than I thought it would be. Just try a little bit first. The calamari itself is crisp, and then this citrus aioli is really where it's at. I want to put that on everything because you know I love aioli. It's got a little burst of citrus in there as well as the pepper, so I'm really into that sauce. So if you're spice averse, go for that one. If you don't mind spice, go for the spicy marinara, or if you just want to party like I do, go for both. But that's very good calamari. Some of the fried pieces are actually fried red peppers, and that's where more of your little heat bursts come from. The marinara definitely has a little bit of kick, but when you actually bite into a fried pepper, that's got more of your kick. That surprised me. So I really like them, honestly. I would take a plate of just these fried peppers over calamari, but it's a nice little add-in that they threw in with the squid. The first of our entrees, this is the Blue House Salmon, and it actually comes domed with some smoke, and it smells amazing when they pull that dome off. But it is salmon, and then it comes with some glazed carrots, some king oyster mushrooms, some baby bok choy ginger, and a beurre blanc sauce. So it smells fabulous thanks to that smoke. This is one of the sides. This is just their roasted Brussels sprouts, but I love Brussels sprouts. You can add on the sides as an additional cost. They've got fingerling potatoes, potato wedges, Brussels sprouts, or broccolini, but definitely a shareable side if you would like to add those on. And for the other entree I'm trying is the flat iron steak. This has a coffee space rub. I don't know what that means, but okay. Smashed fingerling potatoes, a Cabernet butter, and a haricot vert, some green beans under there. I love steak. I love coffee. So let's hope this goes as well as I think it will. Let's use my weird space fork to get a Brussels sprout. Again, these are an add-on. Those are crispy on the outside. There's a little bit of sweetness to them, so they're definitely caramelized in something, maybe, I don't know, maybe some brown butter. There's a little bit of sweetness to them for sure. But they're cooked very well. I wish they were a little crispier. Some of them are crispier than others, frankly. But if you like Brussels sprouts, I think you won't be mad about these. Now, of course, the best Brussels sprouts, I have to talk about them all the time, are the ones at Filet Pig. These definitely aren't as good as those, but they're very good Brussels sprouts. Next up, steak. Now, I ordered my steak medium rare. It looks great. I'm dipping it in this little Cabernet sauce here. That sauce is phenomenal. Oh, that is good. I'm actually surprised how good the steak is. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was a little like, it'll be fine. But it's actually a very well-cooked steak. You get a little bit of that coffee flavor, that richness from that. You get that delicious Cabernet sauce. I'm gonna try a potato now. A very well-cooked potato. I dipped it in that sauce, so I had a little bit of the sweetness. I'm gonna get a green bean. Those are cooked well as well. Actually, I had a little more snap to them, but overall, I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by how good the steak is. I wish I had more of the sauce. Actually, that's my like. They put a generous serving on here, but I'm all about sauce life, so I would definitely order this again. Now, is this steak as good as Le Cellier for the same price or a similar price? No, but you're coming in here for the experience, and it is a very good fit steak. And last but not least, we've got the salmon here. Now, I'm not normally a big salmon eater. I'm very upfront that I'm not the biggest seafood fan, but when salmon is cooked well, it is hard to beat. So that salmon looks great. It's got a beurre blanc. It's got some mushrooms. I love mushrooms. All right, let's give this salmon a whirl with this beurre blanc sauce. Ooh, you could definitely taste that delicious smoky flavor from earlier. Good beurre blanc sauce. That salmon is cooked very well. I, again, am not a huge seafood person, so I would order the steak again over the salmon, but if you are a seafood person, I think you'll really enjoy it. You're gonna get a good bite of this mushroom, too. That is so good. I'm not going to eat the mushroom with the steak because the mushroom also is really smoky. But overall, I wasn't sure what I expected as far as the food goes, but it's exceeding my expectations, I'd say. And no, I don't have to say that because I'm at a media event. I always tell you when we're at a media event, but I get to have my own opinion no matter what. So I'm impressed. And for dessert, trying the sticky toffee pudding cake. Now, dessert is not included with your prefix lunch. You can add it on. The desserts range from $10 to $14. You can add one on at lunch if you'd like to, but they're not included with that prefix charge. So this is the sticky toffee pudding cake. It is dark chocolate sauce, a caramel crunchy pearls on there. There's some bananas on top, and a salted toffee drizzle. Trying this toffee pudding. I love sticky toffee pudding, so let's get a bite of everything on there. Definitely strong on the toffee flavor. You know, all these pearls. I wish that something in the pudding had crunch to it. The pearls on the side are nice, but I want there to be something crunchy in every bite. So make sure you get a little pearl action. It's impossible not to compare this to Ohana bread pudding, which is superior by a million degrees, but it's good. The caramelized bananas on top are nice if you like bananas. It's a fine dessert. It's very pretty, and it's got good flavor, but if you're coming for lunch, I would not recommend adding this on, frankly. There's so many amazing desserts in this park, and you're gonna find something better in France or walking around World Showcase, go to the caramel shop in Germany, and it's good. And if it comes with your dinner, fine. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not the best dessert you can get in Epcot. All right, media lunch over, so I naturally moved to the lounge where it is a first come, first serve, and they serve some of the same appetizers. They have the calamari, and they have the cauliflower that they had on the lunch menu, but they also have some flight bites, which you can only get if you eat here at the lounge, which is very exciting. So, of course, we're going to give all of it a go. So to start, these are the Astro deviled eggs. These are deviled eggs with maple glazed bacon, scallion, pickled shallots, and micro cilantro. Bartender said you have to eat them together. Bacon plus egg is the way to go. Also trying the chicken on waffle here. So it's a fried chicken, smoked bacon, and roasted corn waffle, spiced coleslaw, and a bourbon maple glaze. That sounds amazing. We've also got some short rib sliders here with white cheddar cheese, sriracha aioli, lettuce, butter, pickles. Comes with fries. And then, not to be left out, we've got a New England lobster roll. Lobster. I once again apologize to all my friends from New England. I do not mean to do this. It just comes out. But it's chilled Maine lobster, butter, toasted bun, celery chive, lemon mayo, fresh lemon there, and some fries for that as well. So again, this is food you can only get at the lounge. You can also order drinks. You can also at the lounge, though, do the 3-course prefix, but the lounge area is first come, first serve. First up, I'm going to try one of these deviled eggs. I love deviled eggs, and bartender Alec, who is fabulous, and I recommend you chat with him if you are here, said you have to get the bacon with it and do it in one bite.
Right. Exactly.
So I totally get why you need to eat both things together. The eggs on their own are definitely acidic and have a strong vinegar taste. They're very good, they're creamy, but they definitely have a strong vinegar taste. And then you've got this candied, smoky bacon, and the two things balance each other out very, very well. This bacon is so good, y'all. It is candied, it is thick cut bacon, it's got a smoky flavor to it. We just gotta pair them together. Next, going into my mouth is this prime rib slider right here, which I gotta say, it looks pretty tasty. There's a nice looking aioli on there, some cheddar cheese. Flavor-wise, that's very simple. It's like a classic burger. It's cheddar, lettuce, tomato, but the meat is cooked very, very well. It's nice and juicy, tender, moist meat. And then I really like this aioli on here as well. It's also good cheese because it's like a nice, sharp white cheddar. So not the most exciting space food, but very, very tasty. Chicken and waffle time. Chicken and waffle time. So the chicken is good. Nothing amazing about the chicken. It's a good piece of white chicken, fried, nice crispy crust. But the standout is this bacon corn waffle. A little smoky, a little sweet. Plus, altogether, it's got a nice crunch from the slaw and a little bit of sweetness from the bourbon glaze as well. Now, you may know the crown of chicken and waffles at Walt Disney World is Grand Floridian Cafe. Just can't beat it over there. But this is not bad. This is not bad. It's not what I didn't know they'd have chicken and waffles in space. So, color me surprised. And last but not least of our bar food here, we have this yummy looking lobster roll. There's actually like pretty big chunks of lobster in there. And so here we go. So it is a chilled lobster roll. So if you're expecting a hot lobster roll, you will be disappointed. But it's a chilled lobster roll, buttered bread though. It's definitely good. There's big chunks of lobster. There's a nice citrusy zest to it. You've got that lemon you can squeeze on it, but the mayonnaise that the lobster is tossed in already is citrusy. I'm not a huge lobster person, so for me, the winner of this little spread here would probably be the sliders. But I think it's not a bad choice for a lobster roll. It's got a bunch of lobster in there. I think they got lobsters to space. I'm not sure. Something to chew over. Also, these fries are very good. They're skinny fries. They're like McDonald's fries. Perfectly salted. Very good fries. But for me, Of the bar food, I think the winner is the sliders. Chicken waffles are good too. And what I think is great about this, it is first come, first serve. If you don't want to pay for the full sit-down prefix menu, because it is very expensive, this is a great way to get up in here and be able to see and enjoy this atmosphere, but with a more reasonable cost. I have been waiting all day for the space dog to come for a walk, and he's here. He's here. Here is the Stargarita. So it's the margarita here. It's got tequila and Cointreau and house-made agave. But what's exciting about it, it's got blur in it, which is actually a pea syrup. And when you stir it, it changes color. So when we got this drink, it was like a margarita color. But then when the bartender stirred it, asked him for a straw, it became purple, like magic. Cheers. This is that Stargarita. Ooh. Tastes like a margarita. It's a good margarita. It's definitely more sour than it is sweet. It's definitely got that tartness. I would say though the gimmick of this one is that it's got that color changing pea puree in there. So that's really the reason you're going to want to get this one. If you want the best margarita you're ever going to get in Epcot, you're going to want to go to the Mexico Pavilion. You're going to want to go to La Cava and get one of those. Delicious. You know, I love that spicy one. I did the creamy avocado one. But if you want just a classic lime margarita, it's not bad. But again, the reason you order this is because of the cool color changing magic of it. Space magic. Another space cocktail for you. This one's called the Nebula. This one is Maker's Mark bourbon, pineapple honey, passion fruit, bitters, and then moon dust, which is edible glitter. But I'd also like to highlight that the orange is cut into a little star. Isn't that cute? And now the Nebula. I like bourbon, I don't love pineapple, but I feel like this will be good, so let's try it.
Looks good. Yeah. Thank you.
Ooh, okay, so it definitely, you can strongly taste the pineapple, but it's balanced out nicely by the honey and the bourbon, so it's not super sweet. Normally pineapples, of course, are super sweet drinks, but it's a little more pineapple heavy than I would enjoy. However, if you're a pineapple fan and a bourbon fan, I think you'd really enjoy this one. When I think bourbon, I think like an old fashioned or something, and that's not what this is. This is like a tropical space old fashioned. So far, my favorite drink has definitely been the Spritz, which even though that's sweeter than a normal Aperol Spritz, I liked the kind of fun element of the cotton candy, and it was the least sweet of anything else I've had. So I'm trying the Moon Rocks now, which is a mocktail, so anyone can have this one. You can pour the Pop Rocks in, and it makes like a little popping effect, but Alec, the fabulous bartender here, told me to put some in my mouth first and then drink the drink, so. Things are happening. Things are happening. Oh my god, a Pop Rock just exploded in my mouth. But it was really fun. Your kids are going to be obsessed with this, and by your kids I mean like grown adults. Please do this as well. That's a really fun drink. It's definitely, I mean, it's a sweet mocktail, but the Pop Rocks make it really fun, and literally things are exploding inside of me now. How cute is this little sipper? Now this is a kid's add-on. The kids can upgrade to this, and they will not sell it to adults, so unfortunately I cannot have this sipper. But also want to let you know, adults cannot order off the kids meal either, so this is one place where you are going to have to do the adult meal. So for that reason, obviously, I will not be reviewing the kids' food, because even though I act like it, I'm not a child. Came into the restrooms to scope it out. They're very minimalistic, but they do have some fun details. There is this sign that says, in the unlikely event of artificial gravity malfunction, fluid vacuum containment systems will engage. And then also, look at the baby changing sign. It's an astronaut baby. Also, the signs on the restroom have little astronaut people as well. So that's just a cute little detail.
Got my boarding pass to head up to Centauri Space Station. Space food, here I come. And there are reservations, but the restaurant has booked up all the way through November as of day one. Continue to make your way right around the circle.
2, 1, lift off. You're riding aboard the Mark V's elevator, the latest in space elevator design and technology. SV2, we're final approach. If you look above, you'll see Centauri open airlock. A Space 220 agent will be waiting for you. SV2 cleared for arrival.
is so cool in here, and I'm so excited to eat and look out the windows at Earth and whatever else might pass by. But I noticed something a little strange when I was walking in here, and I need to go investigate. So as I was walking in, we walked past the lounge, and I see a familiar pair of ears, I should say.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
I've been here since 9 in the morning. What are you doing here?
I was waiting in line since 9 in the morning.
Huh. Well, now that you're here and I'm here, do you want to eat the rest of the menu together?
I mean, yeah, I'm hungry. I've been in line since 9 a.m. Let's do the whole thing.
So we're here now.
Together, apparently.
At our table, 220 miles in the sky.
Above planet Earth.
You're on Earth right now. We're in space.
We are in space. Just to be clear, you Earth, us space.
Space 220 restaurant. I honestly thought it was an elaborate ruse until just today when I stepped foot in it.
Me too.
It was supposed to open in 2019.
I thought it was like a fun thing to keep our hopes
I
up.
thought Zach Ridley made it up to mess with us, but it's here and we are here. So it's called Space 220 because you are 220 miles above Earth and you take a very cool space elevator to get up here that makes you feel like you're flying to space on a crazy elevator. Make sure to look up and look down. You'll see Epcot, you'll see the state of Florida.
But I guess we're gonna eat the whole menu.
So I've been here for several hours.
I've been in line for the same amount of time.
As a guest for the media event, for the grand opening, and I ate a bunch of great stuff already.
I got sweaty.
And now we're gonna eat the rest of it.
Yeah, we are. Let's do it.
Our first small amount of food is here.
Just our baby first course.
Just an appetizer, if you will.
Yes.
This right here is the Blue Moon Cauliflower. It's tempura fried cauliflower with house-made hot sauce and blue cheese dust, and it smells amazing.
Just above that, you've got the Space Greens, which is bib lettuce, dried cranberries, roasted pears, spiced pecans, apple cider dressing.
Do you think that's the lettuce they were growing in the wall out there?
Absolutely. I mean, it's Space Greens.
Then next we have the Neptuna Tartar. That's a good space
Neptune's
pun.
a planet.
That's one we could have written.
Very good.
That's yellowfin tuna. It's served medium rare to medium. Our server said it's yuzu, ginger, miso, soy, avocado, radish, apple, and it comes with some sesame crackers.
Moving on, we've got the Galaxy Grain Salad, which is quinoa, beluga lentils, roasted red and golden beets, oranges, king oyster mushroom, and cashew hummus. And that one is vegan and gluten-free.
I think that just means vegan, and then just the V is vegetarian.
And that one's vegan.
Yes. And then rounding it off with another salad, this is the Centauri Caesar. It looks like an amazing Caesar salad, and it's miniature romaine, classic Caesar, and Parmesan dressing.
It's gorgeous.
But we also have some space cocktails here. I am very jazzed about the Milky Way. Now, this is actually a no-alcoholic cocktail. This is just a coffee, but it's chilled espresso, brown sugar syrup, caramel cream, and it comes with literally a Milky Way attached to it.
I am obsessed with that.
I love that.
Right next to that, we have one of our alcoholic cocktails, which is the Red Star. That one is made with Jameson, Monin, dragon fruit, fresh lemon, and onyx, and it has a little star on it.
It's very cute. Then we have the Lightyear Lemonade, named, I assume, for my man, Buzz Lightyear.
I don't know. I think maybe it's named for Lightyear's the method of measurement.
Don't take this away from me.
All right, it's Buzz.
And this is another zero proof, so that is just lemonade, and then it's got butterfly pea, tea, and mint, so it's a pretty like blue color.
Another alcoholic one, we've got the Jupiter Fizz, which is Hendrick's Gin, Aperol, grapefruit, and mango, and it's served in this adorable little glass.
That sounds amazing.
Love that.
And rounding us out, we have the Celestial Cosmopolitan. This one is a Space Cosmo with Tito's vodka, Contrail, cranberry hibiscus juice, and moon dust.
Moon dust.
Edible glitter.
Ooh.
Time to try space food.
We only gotta eat the whole menu.
All right, first up, space cauliflower.
Space cauliflower.
It looks and smells amazing.
This has been just the whole time we were taking our B-roll. This was just calling to me.
Calling to you.
All right, so plot twist: the blue cheese is freeze dried.
Yeah,
because space.
Our fabulous server just told us it's freeze dried, and then cauliflower itself is tempura fried, and it's house made buffalo sauce. So even if you're like, I don't want to eat a vegetable, this is like not healthy. This is like very far from eating vegetables.
I would venture to say that if you like dishes with buffalo sauce and blue cheese, you're gonna like
this. Is actually looking at the table the least. This and the calamari are like the fried things. Everything else is very like green and earthy,
Yep.
but if you want something a little like fried and heartier, great choice.
So good.
All right,
We're on to the Centauri Caesar salad.
Space Caesar salad. I love Caesar salad. It's
So
one of
do
my
I.
favorite earth
And
salads.
this is one of the most beautiful Caesar salads I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Earth salads.
That's a good Caesar salad. Big chunks of the cheese, which is always makes a difference
Yeah.
in my opinion.
It's like lightly dispersed in the Caesar dressing, like the whole thing is
Yeah,
just like
it's not
lightly-
over tossed.
No.
It's very good. It's boring. It's probably the most boring appetizer, but if you're a simpler eater and you like Caesar salads, that's what you're getting, but pretty.
All right, we got the tuna tartare. Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Excuse you.
The Neptuna Tartar.
Neptuna Tartar.
So let's do it.
That was very good.
I like
Very
it better
flavorful.
when I eat it in my mouth and don't drop it in my lap.
Sure.
But that was really good. I personally do like seafood. I like raw seafood, which tuna tartare is. And so I am a big fan of this. Tuna sometimes can get a little like nickly. This is not like that at all. It's super buttery, like melts right in your mouth. With the avocado, it's a lot of really rich flavors. So this is really good. It's rich flavors without being too filling.
Yeah.
So if you like seafood, I think the tuna tartare is a great option.
All right.
The space greens.
Space greens. This bib lettuce is very lovely.
It's from space.
Sure.
And it is gorgeous.
I like the craisins, and the candied nuts are adding a nice sweet salty situation.
That apple cider vinaigrette is delightful. It's got a little bit of a bite to it.
Yeah.
Are you tasting that?
Yeah, I was a little surprised.
Like a peppery bite that I wasn't expecting.
This is a very big salad.
Yeah, actually, like, I wasn't expecting that this was going to be like, you know, it's compared to a lot of other great things that we've had appetizers-wise, but actually, this is really wowing me. I can't get another bite. I'm trying for centuries.
It's simple and good, but that apple cider vinegar definitely is that acidity. If you don't like that, stick to the Caesar. But it's a good salad.
And the grain bowl.
The grain bowl. So this is your plate-based option. It's like hummus and quinoa and all kinds of stuff. So it's
I'm gonna try to get a little everything.
Ooh, it's very citrusy, which I love. I don't love beets, so I can't speak on behalf of the beets.
They taste like beets. If you love beets, they're a great addition. If you don't, maybe not. But I love beets, so I do love the beets.
So far, this one is my least favorite, but not because it's the plate-based option, but because it doesn't seem to go together.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's like a lot of random stuff on a plate, and
Yeah.
it doesn't feel like a full dish. It feels like they were just like, here's some stuff.
Like I got a bite all together. I tasted all the individual components. You know,
But it
not
did-
that.
yeah.
You know when Remy eats the cheese and the strawberry together?
I do.
That did not happen to me here.
So I think it's good, and if you're a plant-based eater, you'll probably enjoy the different flavors. It's citrus is
And it's
probably
awesome
the
that there
strongest
is
flavor.
such an interesting option for plant-based eaters.
But for me, overall, the appetizers, including the ones I had earlier, I would say the cauliflower and the burrata and the Caesar were my winners.
I'm gonna go cauliflower, space greens, tuna tartare.
There you go.
So really, we each picked
A
a
wide
winner of
array.
everything except the grains.
All right, cheers. We are in space. We're going to try some of the space drinks now. This, the first one I'm going to try is called the Red Star. This is the Jameson-based drink, so.
The suspense is killing me.
Ooh, that's very good. It's definitely, you can taste the fruit notes, so it's a little sweet. Normally Jameson drinks aren't sweet at all, but it's good. It's light, it's crisp, it's refreshing, but you can still taste the Jameson, so I like it.
Okay, so this is the Space Cosmopolitan. It's very good. It tastes pretty much like a typical Cosmo.
It has hibiscus juice in it. Can you taste that?
It's a little bit flat, like flowery, and it's a beautiful drink. Like it's such a pretty color. So I definitely get this again. In fact, if I were ordering on the cocktail menu, I would probably order the Cosmo. And having tasted it, I think I would have made a good decision.
Next up, I'm moving to the coffee beverage. Again, this is just basically an iced espresso drink. It's got some caramel and cream in there and brown sugar syrup. This is non-alcoholic, or as they call here, 0 proof. And it literally comes with a candy bar, so. That is nice. That is just a nice iced coffee. It's sweet, definitely, but it's not overwhelmingly sweet. The cream helps. It's a little watered down by the time I'm drinking it as well. So
Yeah,
it's a good iced coffee.
So here's the thing. There's a tiny clothespin.
There is a tiny clothespin. So
what do you have to say to that?
I have to say that my mom has these in her craft closet, and she could mail me 100 of them.
Does your mom live in space?
Yeah, she's here.
Oh, wow. Molly's from space.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
that's how I eat so much.
Oh,
I have 18 stomachs.
It's a vacuum.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the Jupiter Fizz, which is the gin-based drink, and it is so pretty.
It's almost like a science beaker.
When they brought the drinks, I was like, I want that one. It's so pretty. So I'm excited to try it. Also a little watered down by the time I'm drinking this, but this is really good. It's got a lot of mango flavor, which is really awesome because that's not really a common flavor in cocktails. And this one, I love mango. If you like mango, honestly, get this drink. It's really, really good.
I don't like mango, so I'm glad you're drinking it.
Yeah, it's very mango forward. It's also, it's kind of got like a tartness, I think from the grapefruit probably. I'm tasting primarily grapefruit and mango. It's a deceptive drink. I'm not tasting a lot of alcohol, but this is a really good one, and I take it back. I actually like it better than the Cosmo.
There you go.
I think if I come back, I would get the Jupiter Fizz again.
And I am going to round this out with the Lightyear Lemonade. So this is, again, a non-alcoholic. Just tastes like lemonade mostly. There's a little bit of extra floweriness in there from the syrup, but it mostly just is a pretty lemonade. If I was going to order one of these zero-proof drinks, the one with the Pop Rocks is your winner, hands down. It's fun, it's unique, it's different. It's definitely sweet, but it's why you come to places like this, is to drink gimmicky drinks.
All right, so for our main course, for our lunch dining situation here in space, we are starting with the roasted free-range chicken, which is chicken roulade, mashed potatoes, Brussels sprouts, roasted garlic, thyme jus. Ooh.
And then a very fancy space cheeseburger, which is a signature beef blend, white cheddar, bacon, lettuce, tomato. Comes with fried potato wedges and a sriracha aioli.
I love an aioli.
I love an aioli.
And I love some sriracha as well. Next up, we've got the baked macaroni. There's 2 C's on the menu, and it's stressing me out.
That's how you say it in space.
Macaroni. Oh,
Yeah.
baked macaroni from space, which is candeli pasta, sausage ragu, broccolini, sheep's milk ricotta, bechamel, and pecorino.
Ooh, sounds like fancy
very
space
cheese,
pasta.
very cream.
And then this is actually a space station supplemental, which is fancy space words for Upcharge. So this one is $18 more than your normal prefix lunch at $55. So this is the Galactic Lobster Globe. It's a Maine lobster salad, quinoa, a burglar wheat, avocado, lettuce, mango, citrus dressing, crispy wontons, and again, it's an $18 upcharge. But it comes in a cool bowl. Yeah.
But it's a globe. So just like Earth, which we can see out the window.
From space.
Next up, we have the seared tuna. This is spiced yellowfin tuna, avocado, marinated egg, brown rice, edamame, pineapple, and radishes. So this is a very Asian-influenced dish, it looks like.
Yeah, there's a wide variety in these dishes.
I'm pretty excited about that. That sounds really good.
Because don't forget, the steak I had earlier, as well as the salmon I had earlier with the smokiness, those are also all lunch options as well.
Yep.
And before anyone asks, no, we are not sitting here alone. Quincy and I can eat an astronomical amount of food,
but not an astronomical amount of food.
But we are sitting here with some of our friends, actually from Disney Food Blog, who are also taking pictures and everything. So we are tag teaming with them to conquer all of this food. Anything that doesn't get eaten, we take home to very happy significant others.
Very
so
happy.
Don't stress.
Yeah.
And action.
And action.
Trying our space entrees.
Space
now.
entrees.
Chicken first. Do you think this chicken was raised in space?
I know this chicken was raised in space.
Don't tell Morgan.
Don't tell Morgan about the animal in space. I don't think she'd be happy we're eating the space chicken either.
The mashed potatoes are really good.
Yeah.
It's basic. I mean, it's chicken.
Yeah. You know what, honestly, it reminds me of? It's like a holiday meal.
Yeah. I'm just using my hands now because that's how it is.
Because you're a barbarian. Yeah. It tastes to me like it's like a holiday meal. Like it tastes like I would eat this like on Christmas Eve.
But the crispy skin on the outside is nice.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty tasty. It is basic. It's not the most exciting thing. Tuna.
Tuna.
Not not Neptuna.
Space tuna.
This is Space Tuna, not to be confused with Neptuna Tartar.
I got a lot of that soy-soaked egg, and it is like...
There's some complicated flavors happening.
Yeah. Avocado, tuna, lima beans, soy-soaked egg, green beans, rice.
Are you tasting like an herby sort of situation?
Yeah, there's a rub on it.
Okay, the rub on the tuna is really like a showstopper in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of textures happening, there's a lot of flavors happening, which makes it very complex and very tasty if that's your thing, and if not, it might be a little off-putting.
Yeah.
All right, next up we have the baked macaroni.
Going from probably the most complex flavor-wise to the least complex.
Baked macaroni.
I love a baked noodle dish, but here's the thing. And this is probably the thing about all of Space 220. Do you want really good pasta? And steps away, Via Napoli is like not that far from. I could get there in 10 minutes.
I like the broccolini a lot because I love broccolini, so it stores flavor. But yeah, it's just pasta.
This is. I mean, if you have a pickier eater, great. But I think you're gonna get more bang for your buck doing something like the tuna or the steak or something a little more unique than pasta.
Yeah.
Next up, we are digging. Look at this salad. This is the Upcharge lobster salad.
I don't even know what's happening.
But there's a bunch of lobster, like a lot.
Like a lot of lobster.
And then it's got these crunchy noodles on it and a salad base. So let's try it.
I'm excited. Time to eat a lobster globe.
That is very good.
Yeah.
It's a lot of lobster, citrusy, buttery.
There's the textures on it because you've got the lobster that's kind of like that rich texture.
Buttery, yeah.
Yeah, the buttery texture, and then you've also got a nice lettuce base and then those crispy, crunchy little noodle things.
Now, I don't know if I would tell you to upcharge $18 on an already expensive meal for this. Honestly, if you really want lobster, go to the lounge and get the Lobster Roll, which was also very good.
Yeah.
But if you are just like, you know what, I want to eat lobster in space.
And this is super fun. This is easily the most fun presented and looking entree that we've gotten.
And it tastes great. Lots of flavor.
Yeah, it's really good. It's just, it is, I don't know
It's
if I'd
a lot.
upcharge. Yeah, that's expensive. You're looking at above $70 for
lunch.
For your lunch now.
Time for a burger.
Time for a burger.
Space burger.
I'm not the most excited about this one because it's a burger.
Here's the thing though, I love cheeseburgers a lot. I think this is going to be a better space burger than Sunny Eclipse's space burger. And the prime rib sliders at the lounge were excellent.
It smells good.
So.
The burger itself is very good, actually.
And the bun's very good as well. The bun's buttery, almost has a sweetness to it. The burger patty itself is cooked very well. We asked for a medium rare. Cheese, lettuce, tomato, not the most exciting thing.
No.
Honestly, I'm not going to tell you to come here and order a burger either. Because you're paying $55. You want to get the most bang for your buck. And for me, that would either be the tuna or the steak.
Yeah.
I would say are your best, like, a solid potato wedge, though. Nice. Crispy.
It's got a beautiful crisp on the outside.
It's a good potato wedge, but it does not beat the potatoes from the steak. So, having now tried literally everything you can order at lunch except for the vegan dish, which we're going to get at dinner, my winner definitely for entree is steak. What about you?
I'm sure I would have loved the steak, but I'm going with the tuna because I just think that was such a unique dish.
Yeah.
So many fun flavors. That's what I'm going.
Do you think that's a hit, Mickey?
I definitely think that's a hit.
Pretty similar size. Like the three circles are the same size.
That's true. What is it actually?
I don't know. But you tell us in the comments if you think it's a hit Mickey or not.
Are you team hit Mickey or team just something weird Space Honey? Something really neat about Space 220 is that as we head into dinner time, it gets dark down on Earth, and sure enough, it's dark down on Earth from space.
You know what? I feel great about this food.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I'm not going to momentarily, but
let's tell the people what we have here.
Let's run through it. So what you're seeing is the starter and main course for the dinner portion. Every single starter option and most of the main course options. We skipped a few that we've gotten already.
Yes, the chicken and the salmon that we've already tried today are available on both the lunch and dinner option. And then we also have the plant-based meal on this table, which is also available at lunch and dinner. But the rest of the entrees are just dinner entrees.
Now all the starters are available at lunch and dinner. So we did eat all of these starters that you're seeing already at some point today.
Mm-hmm.
It is a prefix restaurant, so you cannot order entrees alone without the starters, so that's why we have all the starters once again, and I'm not complaining. I was a big fan of some of them.
I'm excited to eat them again and have delicious lunch tomorrow.
Me, and maybe for the next 4 days after that.
All right, so the first of the entrees right here is the X2 duck. It's a roasted and confit crescent duck. It comes with a butternut squash flan, the Brussels sprouts we tried earlier, and an orange glaze.
Just below that, we've got one of our space station supplementals. So these, like the lobster globe at lunch, are an upcharge. This one is the 24-ounce bone-in ribeye. It's available for an additional $18 on top of that prefix cost. It's going to be a coffee space rub on that ribeye with cheddar leek moon rock. That's what that is up there. I'm interested. Asparagus, a cipollini onion, and yeah, it looks really good.
And then next to that, we have another piece of steak. This is the Filet Mignon. It comes with Cabernet butter, a potato leek croquette, and green beans. You can upcharge and add some shrimp or some lobster. Obviously, we didn't do that because I think we have enough food here, and we asked for that to be prepared medium rare.
Next, we have the slow rotation short rib, which is a braised short rib, as you can see, with cheddar grits, bacon, and green beans.
We basically have a whole cow on this.
Yeah, there's probably an entire cow. Where are we going?
Next up, skipping the starters again. This is the plant-based option. This is the Terra Bolognese, which is funny. Get it? Terra, like Earth, you get it.
I do get it.
I do get it.
I do get it.
It's corn linguine, tempura, macadamia nut, ricotta, zucchini, and mushroom. And if you couldn't tell by the fact that they use nuts to make cheese, this is your vegan option. It's also gluten-free.
Oh. Moving on over here, we have the Florida Red Snapper. So this is a snapper, of course, in San Marzano tomato broth with fingerling potatoes, broccolini, and Sicilian tapenade.
And last but certainly not least.
How could you say that would be the least?
How could you even pretend? This is our other supplemental right here. This is a 1.5 pound baked whole lobster stuffed with jumbo crab. It's got roasted corn broccolini and a Mornay sauce. This is a $20 upcharge from your $80 meal already. So
it is the only thing I can smell.
Math.
On this whole table.
And she served it and poured hot butter on it right when she served it.
It was glorious.
I can't wait.
It's all I can think about. All right, we are starting with the duck.
Quack.
Molly loves ducks, and she loves to eat ducks.
I know, I feel bad because I love duck, like the animal. But it's so good.
This is pretty good.
Duck can be a little tough, and I would say it is a little bit.
But not, so I get really iffy about meat, especially if I have to chew it too much. My mouth is like, I don't want this anymore. It wasn't too bad for me. Like, it's definitely a little tough.
It's just tougher than, like, in general, it's a tougher meat than, like, chicken, which is, I think, what most people expect, but it's cooked very well. There's a nice crispy skin on the outside. The polenta's got a little sweetness, which is really nice and balances out with a smoky duck. But it's a butternut squash flan, which has a sweetness to it that balances out the smokiness and the crispiness of the duck. So I think it's definitely a little more adventurous for some people, but if you like duck, I don't think you'll be disappointed. Lobster.
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 Space lobster.
We apologize to our friends from New England.
Yeah.
All right, this is lobster and crab.
Crab stuffed lobster.
We apologize that we keep doing it. I think it's like literally impossible for me to say lobster.
Lobster.
That felt weird.
Yeah,
felt wrong.
It's lobster.
Lobster.
That's crazy.
That's so good. That crab is where it's at.
Honestly, there's like corn mixed in with the crab and the lobster, and I can taste that garlicky butter just like has seeped. It's like seeped in. I mean, of the things today that have been an upcharge, this one I can kind of understand why.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a whole lobster. Pound and a half. You get crab meat in there too, and I on its own don't love lobster, but when you get that garlicky, buttery crab meat mixed in, it's creamy.
This is a pretty
with
crazy,
this buttery, delicious lobster bites.
Now this is expensive. I mean, you're going to be looking at paying $100 for dinner, but
and there's a good amount of meat in these claws too.
Yeah.
There's other pieces of there's like straight up lobster in here too. The tail, the whole tail isn't stuffed, or the tail isn't stuffed. The body's stuffed in the lobster, so you can get your classic lobster fix as well, but you're also going to get this amazing crab dish. I'm dazzled by it.
The way it acts as a vessel for the butter
That's really what I'm about.
He's doing it for me, yeah.
Wow.
Wow. All right, we're on to the short rib.
I'm excited. I love short ribs. And this is why I like short ribs.
Very good.
These are cooked very, very well. They're really moist. They fell apart. I cut them with a fork. No issue. Didn't need a knife or anything. That's how good short ribs should be. They're very juicy. The grits are good.
I typically prefer more saucy short ribs. They are very tasty.
They're very tasty. They're very well cooked. I agree. They could use a little more sauce.
They could use a little more sauce. And there's a lot of this beautiful glaze on the plate that is delicious, but I want it all over it.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cheddar grits are great. I think it's a good option. I'm running on the ribeye.
Yeah, the 24 ounces, baby. Also, I want to point out, I'm just picking it up at this point.
Okay.
This is the inside of that
mystery thing.
I wasn't sure if it was a potato, if it was onion, if it was garlic, and our server's like, just see what happens.
Well, he laughed at her for those suggestions.
That's true. And it's a cheddar leek, like
moon rock is what it's called.
Which means like a souffle.
It's not a rock.
Hopefully. Ooh, the char on that, baby. Same way Quincy said she wouldn't pick short ribs as her cut. I don't normally pick prime rib. It's normally a little too fatty for me. I'm much more want a thinner, less fatty cut of meat. That said, this is cooked perfectly. The char on the outside is perfect. Like it's got that crunch that you want.
Yeah.
Now we got it cooked medium. I asked the server what is the best way, and he said medium. I normally go medium rare, but he said go medium on this because it will the fat will melt into it a little bit more, and you'll get that really, really delicious buttery fat piece of meat, and it is. And I also, this little cheddar thing is garlicky and delicious and fun.
It's got a really fresh flavor that goes with the cheddar in just a really beautiful way.
And it's lighter than I thought. It reminds me of is it Yorkshire pudding? I think that's
Yorkshire
what it is.
pudding.
That's what it reminds me of, texture wise.
It's really tasty. It's heavier. It's heavier than a souffle, but it's lighter than a roll.
Yeah. And it's definitely cheesy and garlicky.
Very airy. I'm a big fan of that. I could probably eat 17 of those. All right,
last piece of cow.
We're on to what I'm most excited about.
Yeah, the Filet Mignon. It had a beautiful hunk of Cabernet butter on it, which are two of my favorite words.
Cabernet and butter? Yeah, me too.
That's what I said.
Oh my goodness.
I love you for it.
Somebody just brought it up. Oh.
I want to put Cabernet butter on everything.
That steak is dissolving in my mouth.
That is so fabulous. Oh my goodness. Now, there is no questions asked which piece of steak is my favorite.
No.
Or Quincy's favorite,
In
I don't
fact,
think.
I know I haven't tried everything yet, but I'm going to probably go ahead and make a pre-statement that if I were going to order something, it would be this. The lobster was amazing, the ribeye was amazing, but those are upcharges, and this is so good. I want it to make a speech. That's how good it is.
Thank the Academy.
Thank the Academy.
The butter is amazing. You can taste that wine. There's wine in the jus as well. The steak is cooked perfectly, and then you've got this little potato leek cake, which kind of has a polenta texture almost, that kind of a little bit gritty.
It balances the richness of the steak really well.
We asked for it medium rare, cooked perfectly.
Oh, it's so good.
Now, I'm going to say this. This is probably the entree, I think, of the non-upcharge entrees that's worth it the most. It's definitely probably the best bang for your buck. Would I tell you to come eat this over going to get a similarly priced, considering it's just the entree, filet over at Le Cellier? Food alone, I would not. But considering you're paying really to be in the atmosphere, and you're also going to get 2 other courses.
You're paying to take that space elevator.
I think this is definitely the one that's most worth the value so far.
Yes. All right, we're on to the snapper.
The snapper.
What? You're still.
I can't stop. I think I need to stop saying I don't like seafood.
I think you do too, because
it's very good.
We get seafood a lot, and you're like, seafood, and then you're always like, actually.
Yeah, it's got a very nice, I think it's probably from the sauce, but they definitely squeezed a fresh lemon on there.
That sauce is high quality.
So there's a citrusy deliciousness that's brightening up the fish. And then the potatoes cooked very well. And then the Sicilian tapenade on top is That's where the citrus is coming from.
This is lighter than a lot of the things we've eaten. If you are here and you're looking to not like feel sweaty,
Yeah, maybe you've been in a theme park all day sweating. And
maybe
you're going to go ride Mission Space after this. I wouldn't, but maybe you're going to.
Maybe you are.
This is probably a better option.
Yeah, it's tasty.
If you're a fish fan, I
If
think.
you're a fish fan, yeah.
We're on to the plant-based option, which I would like to go on record saying I like plant-based food, not always. It's basically zoodles, zucchini noodles, and then there's corn noodles, and then a plant-based ragu, and then macadamia nut-based ricotta, which is stressing me out.
So I'm actually excited about the macadamia-based ricotta because I like ricotta cheese, but it makes me very sick in any sort of quantity that's above like a tiny bite. So if this tastes like ricotta, I'm gonna be happy.
It tastes like macadamia nuts.
There's some weird situations happening flavor-wise.
For the record, I love macadamia nuts. They're my favorite nut,
Okay.
but it tastes like that.
You know what I don't like?
I'm eating it on its own. Yeah. It tastes like macadamia nuts. It's almost the right texture, but
You're right, it tastes like macadamia nuts. And it has
creating
some unfamiliar flavors. I think this is good. I just do not think it accomplishes being a bolognese. And
Yeah.
I think the fact that I'm expecting a bolognese is making it not as good.
It's not bad though.
No.
I like it more than the plant-based stuff.
If you're a
we've had at
plant-based
other
eater, I
places.
think that you would probably like this.
Me too.
How you doing?
I'm great.
Are you?
I am.
That's wild.
We're in space.
I'm good.
We're having a nice time.
I am
I
having
ate
a nice
steak.
time. The steak is good.
Yeah, people always ask us how we eat all this, and it's with perseverance.
And it's taking literally the whole day to do it.
Walt Disney once said, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Also, we have hope.
We do have help and to-go boxes.
And to-go boxes, so.
But we also ate a lot.
We also ate a
And
lot.
we're not done. Dessert.
You know what's good?
What, dessert?
I have a second dessert stomach.
Sure, that's just physics.
That's just
your stomach is three
physics.
compartments. There's food, there's dessert, and then there's drinks.
Yeah. And they're all in different spaces, and as long as you just make sure you don't eat too much of one thing,
You're fine.
you're fine. That is science.
Science. Do you recognize that ship?
Is it from a Star Wars?
It's from Mission Space, which only makes me think of the time that we ate Mickey bars and then rode Mission Space.
Why would you make me think of that when I have so much space food to eat?
I don't know, I'm so sorry. But it's truly my favorite thing in this restaurant, that you can just look out the window and see different space happening.
Space activities.
So much space for activities.
In space. Oh, so much space for
Yeah,
activities.
just so many space puns are happening today.
Yeah. All right, dessert, Molly.
Dessert is here.
I'm so ready. It smells so chocolatey.
It smells so chocolatey. So this, to start, is the sticky toffee pudding cake. It's a dark chocolate sauce. It's got caramel crunchy pearls, salted toffee drizzle. I actually had this one earlier when I had lunch because I was able to get
I'm
it at
excited
lunch.
to try it. The next up one we have is the lemon mousse. Now this is a lemon mousse sphere adorned with white chocolate rings, lemon custard, marinated blueberries, and lemon curd.
I'm so excited
It is
about that.
so cute. Such a
love
spacey
it.
dessert.
And then this is just some strawberry sorbet. On the menu, there is a variety of gelato and sorbet. There's vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, or mango. So
I'm pretty excited about that too.
I love strawberry sorbet.
Especially after a heavy dinner, a
Yeah.
sorbet is great. This is the carrot cake, and so this is plant-based, but I've heard a couple cast members talking about how it does not taste plant-based at all.
Yep.
And they're confused about how it's made since it doesn't taste like plant-based. So this is a plant-based carrot cake with plant-based cream cheese, candied walnuts, and toasted pepitas, which are pumpkin seeds, which I
Yum.
love.
Pumpkin, I feel good about pumpkin.
I do know that.
And then finally, last but not least, we have a chocolate cheesecake. This is a whipped chocolate ganache with a chocolate sauce. It's got white chocolate crunchy pearls, cookie crumbs, and a dark chocolate shards on the top.
It
So
looks amazing.
this is what dessert in space looks like.
Dessert, space dessert.
Space dessert.
Molly and Quincy in space eating dessert.
Yeah.
Yeah!
We're gonna start with the sorbet. We got strawberry because it's the most basic one. So
I wanted mango, but Molly hates me.
no, our server says strawberry's better, and it's very good. It's just plain sorbet, but
It's good.
It's good.
Sorbet is one of my favorite things to order after a heavy meal because it's really light and it's a palate cleanser in a lot of ways.
And it tastes like real fruit. It doesn't taste like gross, like sugary, syrupy, fake fruit.
It's sweet, but it tastes like real strawberries.
Yeah. Next up, chocolate cheesecake.
Chocolate cheesecake.
I love the crunchies.
I was just about to say that crunchy pearls are like my favorite things ever.
I love cheesecake. And looking at this, I was thinking chocolate mousse. My mouth was saying cheesecake, but my mind kept thinking mousse. But when you eat it, it's definitely cheesecake.
It's a very light cheesecake though. It's definitely not like, it's on the airier side more than the creamy side.
Yeah, I like this a lot.
I don't like chocolate that much. I don't like cheesecake that much, but I love chocolate cheesecake. It's a weird thing.
That is a weird thing.
This is really good.
Yeah, it's very, like Quincy said, light, airy. You can taste that. It's definitely cheesecake. It's not chocolate mousse. And if you're a chocolate fan, I think you'll be delighted. And it's not so rich and so heavy that after a big meal, you won't be able to finish
Exactly, yeah. That's probably why I think I'm liking it so much. Also, it's got crispy crunchies.
Amen. Okay, next up, we are...
Sorry, I'm like...
Could you get it together?
I'm sorry.
This is a professional environment.
I'm so sorry. I needed a bib. Like,
we are gonna dig into the plant-based carrot cake now, which I'm very intrigued by.
It smells like carrot cake. Well, it smells really good, actually.
Well, carrots are vegan, so
that's true.
That is the first thing I've ever eaten. Maybe like in my whole life. That if you didn't tell me this is vegan, I wouldn't know.
If you like carrot cake, vegan or not, this is a good dessert option.
Yeah, there's a zestiness in the cream cheese. It's not, if you try the cream cheese filling on its own, it's definitely not as creamy, obviously, as real cream cheese is, but it's zangy. It's like tangy. Tangy. It's got a zing.
Zangy. Like most vegan cakes, I don't know if you've had a lot of vegan cake, but it's a lot denser than a regular cake. However, for the carrot cake, that's like working really well. The flavors are almost like as rich as something like a pumpkin or sweet potato
I was about to
pie.
say it's definitely giving me autumnal vibes because you got the pumpkin seeds, there's the cinnamon in there, there's like the fall spices, nutmeg.
It's very good.
It's really good. I'm into this. And last, but certainly not least, the one I'm most excited about, the lemon.
It is a beautiful dessert.
It looks like Saturn,
gorgeous.
and
It
it's
looks like
lemon
very
and
spacey.
light. It is so lemony.
It's so airy.
It is so lemony in a good way.
Super lemony. It's like not overly tart though. Like
No.
it's definitely tart.
Well, it's definitely tart, but if you don't like lemon, absolutely
yeah,
not.
do not get this. But it's not making me pucker. You know
No.
when you get a lemon dessert and you're like, this is good.
It's really light and airy and like mousse-like consistency, I'd say. I have one complaint.
But
I wish the bottom was something crunchy.
the bottom is not doing it for me.
I wish
either.
it was like on a graham cracker crust or a biscuit, because I need crunch with that really moussey, like soft
You know what I
texture.
think is gonna do it for me?
Oh, mix and match situation. I like your style. Put a little sorbet, do a little strawberry lemonade.
It's doing it for me.
There we go. Which dessert's your favorite?
My favorite was... Oh gosh, I've forgotten them already. Oh no, I haven't. Listen, I'm so sorry that I'm so boring. My favorite's the sorbet.
My favorite, shocking to everyone, the carrot cake, the plant-based carrot cake. Shocking even myself, even considering the toffee pudding, which I had earlier.
Yeah.
The plant-based carrot cake was very, very good. Everything we tried was a good dessert.
None of these disappointed me at all.
No.
Everything like, it felt appropriate for the end of the meal.
Yeah.
I'm still eating the sorbet.
I know, I'm gonna keep eating the lemon. And honestly, the carrot cake, I can't believe
And
it.
also the chocolate cheesecake.
It's very good.
It's all gotta go.
All right, so we have eaten everything on the menu at Space 220.
Every
minus the kids'
single
meals, which we
thing.
are literally not allowed to order.
And
so,
like beers and wines, but
yeah,
they
so
weren't
we have
exciting.
eaten everything at Space 220. I'm gonna be honest, when I did not have high expectations for the food.
I did not either.
I saw pictures of it, I read the menus, I was like, okay.
These heavily themed restaurants, it's hit or miss because the theme is where it's at. That's why people pay to go. So is the menu going to be amazing every time? Doesn't always have to be.
You've seen our review of T-Rex.
Yes.
So, I gotta say though, this restaurant exceeded my expectations when it comes to the food. At the end of the day, the price is very expensive. We're not gonna tell you this is an inexpensive meal,
No.
but you are paying for the experience.
And luckily, in this case, the food does actually hold up. Is the food worth the price on its own? Absolutely not. However, is it worth the price with the theme? If that's what you're looking for, maybe.
Yeah, we can't tell you if it's worth it for you or your family. All we can do is show you our experience, tell you what it was like, give you reviews of the food, and then help you decide. But I will say the service I had all day long was great.
Spectacular. The cast members were amazing.
They were great. So, and it's very cool up here. If you've got especially like kids that are into space, I think they're gonna love it. Adults loved it as well. So I think it's a really fun, unique experience, and the food definitely exceeded my expectations.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. As you can see, we have absolutely gorgeous nighttime.
Oh, this is awesome!
It will be a smooth and quick one tonight, so enjoy the ride.
And she is not. I trust we had an out of this world experience tonight.
Oh yeah.
I love that too, and you're literally out of this world.
Oh, look at Spaceship Earth at night!
Exit through the open airlock and watch your dinner.
I think this should.
Well, everybody, we ate literally everything on the menu at Space 220, Disney's newest restaurant.
I am very full. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, you can like and subscribe.
Make sure to let us know where you want to see us eat next. We can eat everything anywhere, and definitely leave your best space pun down in the comments.
Yeah, let us know if you plan to eat at Space 220. We are certainly curious as to whether or not you decide it's for you or not.
In the meantime, friends, make sure to rate, review, subscribe to us on social media.
At AllEars.net. And until next time, I'm Quincy.
I'm Molly.
We'll see you soon.
And it's
Bye.
been Out of This World.
Out of this.
Gotta blast off now.
Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.